some people may see tension in or contradiction between the president launching a military strike against Iran over its interest, over its nuclear program, and then turning around and saying that it wants the U.S. to pursue nuclear testing. They're different things. And in any case, this president, just on one issue, not two issues, but on one issue, will say one thing and then he'll say another, and then he'll say something completely else. Or he'll do one thing and then he'll do another and do a third still. So him doing different contradictory things is not a surprise. That is sort of the way he behaves. But to address the question of hypocrisy, if you will, or the tension or contradiction, however people want to talk about it, between the U.S. thinking about expanding its nuclear capabilities while at the same time attacking Iran, I would say all the countries with nuclear facilities, most especially the US and Russia, because they have the most nuclear weapons, but all of them, China, the British, the French, Israel, which has nuclear weapons, and those that have a nuclear weapons capability at the lowest rung on the ladder, that would be Iran. They have a capability, but they don't have a bomb. All of the countries that have some capability need to reduce those programs and give other countries confidence that they're not going to use them aggressively or threaten other countries. I mean, Putin has made nuclear threats. Trump has made nuclear threats. Kim Jong-un has made nuclear threats. We are moving in the wrong direction. We should not be making nuclear threats. We should not be expanding the nuclear stockpile. And all countries, no matter who they are, if they have nuclear assets, should be abiding by the rules and seeking stronger rules. Well, I think there are two levels where you can talk about strategic implications if the U.S. were to pursue this idea. There's the implication for what happens to each country's nuclear arsenal, the nuclear decision making. And every time that any country makes a move in nuclear, other countries are looking to match that, unfortunately. They don't understand the nature of nuclear weapons. They don't understand that's not how they operate, but they feel compelled to match the other side. And so if one side tries to do something, the other side will try to follow suit. That's at the level of nuclear. At the level of high politics, like relationships between countries, does Russia and the U.S. get along? Does the U.S. and Iran get along? At that level of high politics, it makes that more difficult because it makes them more suspicious, more hostile. Countries feel more threatened. And in that environment, an environment of fear and suspicion and hostility, it is much more difficult to make progress solving problems and to avoiding disasters. So it plays out at both levels. At the level of high politics, it can make relationships between countries, particularly enemies, more challenging. And then at the level of nuclear policy making, like how many bombs do I build today? It definitely encourages every country's nuclear establishment to get ready to do more, and makes them more suspicious and more fearful.